Welcome to Buy, Build, Sell. I'm Jason, your Los Angeles contractor and developer. And today we are going to go over something that's called R&R. R&R is basically the request for repairs. When you are selling a home, the buyers have an opportunity to request repairs that they deem fit for their request. Essentially, they go through the house, they do a review of a home. I'll give you an example. They go ahead, they try to open this door and the hinge falls off. Well, in this scenario, they're going to basically do a home inspection. They're going to create a list of things that they saw throughout the house, and they're going to request that I repair them before the close of the sale. So, what we're doing here today is we're actually going to go over their list. We're going to see what needs to be completed, what needs to be done, and then basically take care of it. Now, a large majority of that is painting requests, because when you're doing showings on a house, when people are walking through it constantly, I would say even just rushing through a build, you might miss a lot of marks. And when you do a home inspection, the home inspectors will mostly check for those things. They'll see there's a scrape on a wall, there's a mark where it shouldn't be, there's a nail popping out, all of those sort of things. So a majority of what we're going to be seeing today is really just that. Maybe it's because we're such a great team that major issues don't pop up. I don't know. I can't brag for myself. But the reality is we're going to be doing something called blue taping today, which is I'm basically going to go through the house with tape. I'm going to mark up the walls, request that the painter repair a few of these things. We're gonna have a painter come in a little bit. I'm just here a little early shooting, but basically the painter and I are gonna go through the house, tape up the home, and basically say, hey, fix these things, so that way when the homeowner moves into the house and they put their furniture in and that they can get the house ready for themselves, everything is completely ready for them. Everything should be perfect. So at this point, if you have any questions, please go ahead and leave them down below. I'd love to get to them and answer your questions about a request for repair and what you might find on it. We'll go through the house a little bit just to kind of show you what we might be seeing. I'll give you some examples of what might come up. For example, like the hinge on the door. But overall, thank God this house was a pretty easy and clean review. So it's really just a lot of paint touch up, but that's not a problem because we'll get the Hacienda crew on it and we'll take care of it. One of the things that I absolutely love about coming and doing the request for repair is this is kind of my final goodbye. It's my get to see the house one more time, get to look at it, get to review it one more time, and say goodbye to all the wonderful memories that I make while we're building these homes. It's not just a fabrication of things that we do here. Literally, we pour so much of our lives into building these homes, and we're so lucky to get to do this every single day that there's so many memories that are made here, friendships that are made here, and so on, that it's hard to leave the houses sometimes, but we know that when we sell them to great families, that we know that more memories and more experiences are going to be held in this place. So it's an honor to have been a part of it, and that's the truth. So let's go through it. So the few things that you'll already see are a lot of, I call it blue tape, but this happens to be purple tape. And what we'll do is we'll just put tape, and then sometimes we'll even write on it where it's pointing to. So in this case, we have the end of the beam. And you'll see right up there, you can see the beam starting to crack. So of course we're gonna take care of that spot. We're gonna caulk it and make sure that that the seam is completely done, and make sure that it looks brand new and perfect. You can see right here, that needs to be taken care of. There's marks on the walls. This is actually a drywall repair that's happening here. You can actually see the metal starting to pop out, and we don't like that. Now, when we stage the home, now this kind of sucks because we have to stage the home to prepare it for sale, but a large majority of what the blue tape is really just taking care of all of the staging that was put in. So these marks right here, those were for pictures that were hung right here. Not sure what it was from, but nothing could have happened construction-wise or whatever. You see a lot of marks on the walls, and majority of it is actually from the staging itself. So to some degree, you kind of done this to yourself by staging the home, but that's okay. Look at that wallpaper, that's amazing wallpaper. Look how that looks. So you can see in all of the bedrooms, you have at least 2 marks for all the pictures that were hung and things like that. Then you'll have a random mark that just has arrows on it, pointing to small cracks. Nothing crazy. All fixed with caulking. You have random scratches that we'll need to point out. A lot of the corners are what crack. Whenever I walk into a room, that's really what I'm looking up to or looking down to. I'm always checking the corners and the inseams of the walls, because that's where we're gonna find the majority of the things that we're gonna run into. Now, stairs are actually the #1 spot that kind of suck, because there's constantly feet on it, hitting it, bouncing off it, scraping it, whatever. So there's always issues with the stairs. Not too bad. But you can see just in this corner right here, there's a whole scruffle of stuff happening. That was probably from like a vanity or something that was pushed up against it. So we've already done a lot of the blue tape walkthrough, which is good. And what I'm doing right now is really just going through and finding details that weren't pointed out. So the upper line of this, the paint actually needs to be better detailed. And that's something that like probably didn't happen during construction. So we wanted to do that better, but maybe, you know, time ran out, right? So if time runs out, we gotta get the house staged, we gotta get the house on the market, and that happens, not a problem. But basically, I come in at this point, and since I have to have the painters here anyways to fix all those things that you can see on the wall here and here, might as well have them do all the other details as well since they're here. The painters should be here soon, so I'll probably wrap this video up. Basically, my job is to go through and find all of the other details. The major details, you know, like you can even see that little mark right there. That's something that we need to find. It's like there's little holes in the ceiling that need to be taken care of. You can see right here that we put a piece of tape showing the screw holes. At the same time, there's a whole mess on the wall, and I'm not sure if that's coming through on the camera or not, but that whole entire wall is completely dirty, like completely scuffed up, so it needs to be taken care of. You can see like just details on the floor that need to be dealt with. This needs to be dealt with. It's actually something that came up on the list. Now again, it can be dealt with the painter, but you can see a little scratch. It's across the whole metal thing. So we actually, that came up as a repair item. I hope you guys like this video. If you want to see more videos just like this, please go ahead, subscribe down below and like this video. I really appreciate it. I'd love to hear your comments, so I hope to see you in the comments section. And until then, I'll see you on the next video. Here comes Caesar. These guys, show everybody the tape.
It's there.
The tape is here. What are we gonna do with this tape today?
I want to mark it till I whole detail for touch-up. That's the idea.
Are you excited?
Not too much, because I have to work.
Whose fault is it usually for the touch-ups?
You. Okay, thanks guys. Hacienda Painting, thank you.
And one more thing that we forgot, we forgot some shelves in that cabinet I'll show you right now. And we forgot some shelves in that cabinet that I'll show you right now. So you can see here, there's 2 shelves here and only 1 in this one. So we're missing 1 right there. And here, we did this trick where you can actually see the line coming across here and the line coming across here. That piece is actually holding all of these pieces together so that way they don't shake and rattle. But we're missing the shelves that go inside. That's a wrap on our R&R.